What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Topics Unknown podcast. Coming at you live from Quarantine City,
Hell yeah.
USA.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, you guys at least. They don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah, you're an essential employee, right?
I am a god.
Oh, I saw a meme today that said, "My job telling me I'm an essential employee is like a stripper telling me I'm her favorite."
Yeah, dude, no. These are just ours. You don't care.
Yeah, like, well, my cousin, he's a supervisor at a
stripper?
bank, and they were like, "You have to come in." But here's the kicker: his bank is inside of a school that is shut down.
What?
Yep.
So he doesn't deal with no one. He just does paperwork and shit, or what?
I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I think it's more of they just did a blanket thing over all of the schools or whatever. So now he's just fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
He
don't.
can
I
just
don't.
take money out and put it in a bag and then take it home.
I'm pretty sure he still has to account for what happens to all the money.
Oh, someone broke it.
Oh
Shit.
yay!
What's happened to go out at
Goddamn
that
students.
moment? Yeah. Them and them loans, man. They gotta pay them somehow.
So how are y'all doing with this? Like, what's new for y'all? How are you guys dealing with this being locked down?
Bored.
Bored? Yeah.
I'm so bored.
What about you? I mean, you get to go to work, but is Tiffany still working, or is she locked down also?
Kinda. She's doing like these little things where people come and pay $20 to work out for like an hour. But like,
one-on-one?
just because, yeah, this weekend we were just staying home. We didn't really do much.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I mean, we're not really quarantined here, but we are in a way.
Yeah.
But fuck, dude, just that fact, those boring as fucks. I can't do shit, man. Just the fact of you can't get. They're telling us we can't go out, so like it just makes it worse. I want to go out. You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. That just. I think what pisses most people off isn't the fact that they're stuck in their house. It's that they're being told that they're stuck in their house. Because, I mean, how often has it been where you're like, man, I gotta go out and do fucking groceries, and I gotta go to the bank, and I gotta go do this. I just want to stay home and be a fucking lazy ass. And now the government's like, stay home, be a lazy ass. Don't go out to work.
Yeah.
Don't even
And
go
it
to
was,
work.
I'll be
And
active. I'm
everyone's
gonna
like,
take up hiking.
screw you. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be the most social person in the world today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We went
Still hate
hiking
people,
like
though.
last week, dude, or 2 weekends ago.
Mm-hmm.
And holy fuck, dude, it was packed. I was like, God damn it, I can't do anything. There's too much people hiking. People that never hiked before starting to hike now. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. I would be so pissed.
Yeah,
I'd be like, come on now, leave me alone. Just
I want to suffer alone.
go back and do your own thing. But I will say it's probably their way of being like, oh, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna go hiking because there ain't nobody gonna be hiking, and then they get there and there's like a million people and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, everybody's like breathing heavily, spreading the corona.
Yeah, sneezing all over each other. Hey, next time you go, just bring a lot of lime. Nothing goes better with corona than lime.
Oh shit, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I got all these lines, but I need some Ronas. Start coughing in my mouth, boy.
better cough in your mouth. That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Like you remember that TikTok dude that was like licking toilet seats and shit,
Mm-hmm.
right? He started the Corona trend or the Corona challenge where you gotta go lick something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he tested positive for coronavirus. Shocker,
Yeah.
No
right?
way, impossible, dude.
Right? Shocker. I couldn't believe it.
I guess up in this area, they had a guy in Missouri that tested positive and then went out to Walmart and started licking things.
What
Now
a
he's-
piece of shit.
Now
I'm
he got picked up and he's in jail for terrorist for
terrorist acts.
So, yeah, terrorist acts. There we go.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, fuck that guy. He could kill a bunch of
Oh my
old.
God. Yeah, I'll just
old
wait
people.
for some fucking news article where someone's like, "Oh, someone's going door to door, coughing on your doors, or on your face, or some shit, spreading it."
Don't
Some
open
shit.
don't open your doors. You're gonna be, killing people.
And I can scream through my door. What do you want? Or those memes. It's like that dude that's going like this,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes Jehovah Witnesses when they know everybody's at home.
Oh shit! For real though, I mean, like that's no lie.
Are they seeing? They got it's a religious thing.
Yep.
But So,
But we got to be coming up on Easter, right?
oh, did you guys watch that press conference?
It's gonna be open before Easter. Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that he wants to get everything back to normal before Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay, that's gonna. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
I saw a meme too of that, and then it's like the first Toy Story. It's like
Mhm.
Buzz, and then they were looking at Sid. He's like, I don't think he has any medical experience or some shit. I was dying. I was like, yeah, because it's
Wow, that's
memes.
crazy.
I saw
It's
one the
crazy.
other day that shows that doctor that's been doing all the press conferences with Trump, and the caption on the picture is, I've discovered a mask to save millions of lives, and it's just a piece of duct tape across Trump's mouth.
Burn.
Wow, that's perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
wow. I can't.
You know what's perfect? Not the action.
Yeah. Sorry about it. We're having technical difficulties on Jaro's end.
Yeah, dude, it's just fucking everybody's probably having this issue too.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Everybody.
what does everybody do for entertainment nowadays? People don't hang out and, hey guys, let's play a board game. Well, I mean,
Mhm.
except us when we hang out together, but you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Most people don't do that. Most people are like, yeah, let's Netflix and chill, or you know, uh,
Hulu and hang out, or
whatever.
Crunchyroll and eat, or I don't know. Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll and eat.
I
You
don't
want to
know. I
eat
was
this
trying to figure it.
Crunchyroll?
What?
There it is. Burn. Your vagina because I have AIDS.
You know what? Just think about all the people who play Pokemon Go right now.
Pokemon,
Oh
no.
no, they released an update. You could play Pokemon Go from your house without
Really?
leaving. They released an update
I
because
was
they
gonna say, there's
don't want people going out.
with
Yeah,
nobody
people
out.
are gonna go to different
There's gonna be
regions. Like
shit
I'm going to go to
everywhere.
Spain and get
Yeah,
this far
I
fetched or
don't know how
whatever.
it works because I don't play Pokemon Go, but yeah, they have a deal right now where you you can play Pokemon Go from your house. I think it just
Hmm.
the way I would imagine it is that it randomly generates a couple of Pokemon a day, and you just kind
Mhm.
of sit on your couch and it's like, pretend you're walking, kind of shit like that or whatever.
Boring.
Yeah, exactly. But oh, Jaro's got the sniffles. We gotta quarantine him.
I'm gonna die.
You know what we should just do? We just need to take everybody and dip them in a vat of alcohol,
Mhm.
just one by one. And then if you've been dipped in a vat of alcohol and you test negative for the corona, all right, you're gonna go. You get released into society, and if you don't test negative, if you test positive, we're just gonna put you in this place over here
We're
and
gonna drop you
quarantine you.
somewhere in like rural Montana and let you find your way home.
You know
I
shit.
think that would be the worst thing to do because uh, then they would just spread it from Montana all the way to their home.
No, I'm talking the ones that are dipped in alcohol.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Social distancing.
Okay. But then it'll really look like it'll be a zombie apocalypse happening.
Yes, please. I mean, oh shit, that would be so terrible.
Jaro's prepped and ready.
You know what? I think we talked about this last week, but what's making me laugh so hard is all these people that are like, "No guns. We need to get guns out of people's hands." Oh shit. People might start looting. Let me go get a gun to protect myself.
Yeah, no shit.
Um,
Where are you gonna be when people start breaking into your fucking house to steal your toilet paper?
Yeah, no shit.
Probably on the shitter.
Yeah.
Earlier, I had to fucking dip into my savings, dude.
Oh wow, really? But you bought that much toilet paper that you
No,
overspent?
I'd use my savings, aka toilet paper,
Oh.
to take a
Oh,
shit.
oh, okay.
The struggle out there, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, can you really not find it there?
Dude, no, everywhere's fucking sold out. It's nuts, man. I'm like, I just need a pack to last me the month, maybe. God damn, dude. So I have to wait to take a shit when I go to work.
Just order a bidet on Amazon.
Yeah.
But I got a bucket of water I can use.
I mean, you could do
Filipino.
that too, but a bidet is a little more elegant because it's designed for that.
Designed for your butthole. The booty hole.
It's self-cleaning too. So I mean, if you want, you know, it's grade A product.
Well, I mean, you could get one that's like Isaac's that cleans his whole bathroom for him.
Dude, oh my god.
Okay, so Isaac, who's been on the podcast before, decided to order a bidet when this whole thing started going down. He sent us a video of him turning it on full blast and it hitting the mirror in his bathroom and just soaking his
Yeah.
countertop.
I'm surprised that shit didn't fucking crack. Goddamn.
Yo, no, there it has some power
I
behind
was
it,
gonna
dude.
say it had some fucking pressure to it. That's for sure.
Oh shit! They give you a colonoscopy? That's sick.
It will. Yeah. Mine will too. I had to turn the pressure off where it goes into the toilet. I actually had to turn that down, and then I still like can only turn it up like a quarter of the way before it's like, hey, you got to buy me dinner before you go into there, guy. I mean, goddamn. Just
Giving you an enema.
yeah.
Yeah, but days are sold out on Amazon too.
I don't think so, but
Uh huh.
that would be. Are they
That's
really?
what I was hearing. Yeah.
That's what someone told me
Wow.
that. And my brother said like he's been seeing bidets. Like 1 week it was like a bunch of bidets, toilet paper, all that shit. And then next week when everybody's working at home, he goes, yeah, for some reason everybody's ordering. I was like, is it normal now? It's like toilet paper's like, it gone down a little bit. All I'm seeing is like office chairs, like trash cans, shredders, and I was like all the office supplies because everybody's working from home.
Everybody's working from
Kids
home.
play centers, like shit for home gyms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon, dude, hiring, and then they gave everybody like a $4 raise.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
I bet you they're slammed, like crazy
Oh yeah,
busy right
yeah.
now.
But and they still have to stagger people 6 feet apart. So
Oh
it's like there's
wow.
more. Yeah,
Wow.
and then everybody has to take alternate I guess lunch breaks. So it's like staggered like crazy. Like there's only 4 people in the break room, and then cycles out like that. Yeah.
So somebody's taking their lunch break at like 1 hour when they work, and then the next person 2 hours that they've been to work, then three
Yeah.
hours.
Type of shit. I'm like,
Damn it!
damn, dude.
I don't get to take my lunch break till I'm going home, and I gotta stay to take it. God damn it! Imagine they're like, you work in a shift from like 9 to 5, and they're like, your lunch break is at 5, and you're like, well, I could just go home. They're like, nope. By law, you have to take a lunch break, so you have to stay till six.
Stay.
6 to take your lunch break. Fuck you, sir. I'd just be like, damn, this is fucking. I'd be like, can I just take my lunch break like little breaks throughout the day?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that'd be the worst, dude. You can go home, but you have to take your lunch.
Yeah. But anyways, so I've been playing a lot of video games during my quarantine. Like, I mean, okay, so people that watch our stuff regularly, they see this behind me, and I don't know if you could tell, but this is part of my video game collection. I have Switch titles, PS3, PS4, Wii, all this stuff over here. And then to my right, I have like a little media center that has all of my consoles hooked up to my office TV. But I've been playing. Oh, I have it charging. I've been playing my Switch Lite, which I recently picked up because if you have a Switch and you don't have a Switch Lite and you play mostly portable, I highly recommend you get because this thing is a BAMF. Like this is the better version of the Switch. If this docked, hands down, I mean, I wouldn't even recommend to get the one with the removable Joy-Cons because this is super like the buttons are tactile, which is nice. So they're kind of clicky, but not like in a like they're too hard to press kind of way. And it actually has a D-pad. The
Can you still
joysticks,
Bluetooth that, like with the controller and stuff?
yeah, you could still connect the controller to this. So like if you wanted to, you could
Uh-huh.
just prop this up and play with a controller. You can't dock it though, so you can't put it on your TV like you
There's
can
no
with a normal
HDMI,
Switch.
like a mini HDMI port
Nope,
to HDMI.
nope, it's not.
Oh
You,
my god, that's
that's that's why it's cheaper is because you can't do
yeah.
that.
You do. It's supposed to be just like pretty much a Game Boy.
Yeah, it's the portable version. It's just they took out all of like the switching part of it, so it's not technically a Switch anymore. It's just play Switch games. But
Oh, it's the Nintendo
Nintendo, I don't
SP.
Switch.
It's an
Nintendo, I
NFP.
have a Nintendo SP. But I mean, if you want to save $100 and you're okay with losing the functionality of connecting it to your TV, it's a no-brainer, dude. It's a better version of the regular Switch. That's that I have both versions now. I have
And it's
the
cheaper.
yeah, it's $200 instead of 300.
Oh shit! Hey, give me one, effer.
Yeah, sure, for sure. I'll send it right to go fuck yourself and buy your own shit. You're an adult, Avenue, right?
Oh, I hate that place, but okay.
Corner of fuck yourself and buy your own.
Yeah, there you go. But no, for real. For those of you that have been sitting and thinking about a Switch, now's the time to do it because you're stuck at home and they have a big ass fucking library. Like the other day, I bought a game for $3. That was it's literally the whole point of the game is you're a Roomba and you have to protect your household by killing people and then cleaning up the mess before your owner gets home.
Oh shit, that sounds funny.
I'm not even fucking with you. It's so much fun.
It's like on the lines of like the pigeon simulator type of shit, and
Yeah, like Untitled Goose Game. I want to buy that game so bad. I'm just waiting for it to come down in price because it's like $20 right now.
Dude,
I'm
it's
waiting
free
for
on
it to get to
Xbox
like
Game Pass.
$10. Is
is
it
it?
on Xbox Game Pass?
Yeah, it's free on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, okay. Well, I have that for another like 4 or 5 days, so I'm downloading that today. I didn't realize it was already on there because I saw that it was coming soon, but I didn't realize it was already on there.
It was on there yesterday when I downloaded like 15 games yesterday. So
Oh, okay.
I know I started downloading all the VR games for the PlayStation just
Oh,
because.
do you have a PlayStation VR?
Oh, you don't have that, huh, friend?
I do.
Yeah. I never played them.
I never do either. It's such a pain in the ass to hook up, dude.
I know,
Like,
but I
I
have it
just have
permanently
it
set
there.
up downstairs, so I'm gonna start playing it, I guess. But yeah, it's a bitch to set up.
Do you have Beat Saber?
No, I do not. Is that free?
No, it's not.
No,
But it's
no.
like the best game. It's
I
the
see, I
best
see all the
VR
shit
game.
about it. Yeah, it looks cool.
It's
It's
so
pretty
much
dope.
fun. It's so much fun. Like, I played it. So I bought my PSVR, and then like, I played a couple of games, and I was like, oh, this is fun, whatever. And then I kept seeing Beat Saber, and I was like, fuck it, it's got really good reviews. But it was like $30, and I was like, all right, fuck it. I just bit the bullet one night, dude. I played it for like a month straight, and was like,
Oh shit.
Alyssa walked in on me one time because I would play it when I get home from work. So, I played it in my
She
underwear
walked
and
in on
shit.
you.
She walked in
That's what
on
it
me.
looks like.
She walked in on me, and I'm fucking playing like this, doing this in my underwear in our fucking living room. And she was like, "If you could see yourself right now," and I'm like, "What?"
I look badass, don't I?
Yeah, because you feel badass because you got lightsabers in your hand and you're cutting these fucking things down and you're hitting all
Yeah,
the combos and
And
you're
your
playing
third
like a,
lightsabers go crazy, do whatever it wants, just flopping
yeah,
around.
yeah, right. My shit.
Fork Saber.
Yeah, but yeah, she was like, "This is not a good look."
Well, at least you weren't beating the other Saber when she walked in.
You know, shit.
Hey, there's always a 50% chance. Well, I wouldn't say 50% chance, but there's always a chance that she might join in.
Well,
Oh, speaking of that, dude. So there's a fleshlight that syncs with the VR set on a website. I don't know what it is, but apparently it syncs with the porn, and then the whatever she's doing does it on the fleshlight. You have to pay like a premium or something like that for it.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, yeah. I think 2 Chainz was doing an interview with someone that did. It. She was nuts, dude.
That's crazy. I don't. I would assume that that's the way that industry is gonna go, but it's weird to think that people are gonna actually use it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you put that in a fucking a sex doll, done, dude. Done.
Is that a type of video game? You could turn that into a video game. Like it could count. It could set a timer and like you get a score the longer you last and shit, and the freakier moves you do.
Oh yeah, that's true. You could do it. Yeah.
You know, you know what I mean? And it could just be like,
Simulator.
yeah, girlfriend simulator. You have
I'm
to
sure
put
it
up
probably already exists.
what? Girlfriend simulator?
Simulator. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but see, in this one, the whole point of the game is you have to convince her to have sex with you. You gotta play the long game.
Ooh. Damn, every play.
Like that. That's
You've been dating for like 3
close to
years, and
real
you're like,
life.
I want to put it in you, girl.
Yeah, right. Goddamn, girl, we've been hanging out for a long time. Can we just, you're disgusting. Is that all you think about? I'm done with you.
Boom, game over.
Game over.
3 years of my life.
You just keep loading from the last checkpoint until it works.
I know. How would that work for girls? They made a girl version.
What? They're called vibrators and dildos. They already have
They
those.
don't need it.
They already have those, guys.
I was gonna say it wouldn't really work the other way.
Yeah.
No. Unless they had the machine that arrested like the porn.
Okay, let's talk about the societal stimulant. What is it? Fuck, I'm blanking on what it's called. Where it's socially acceptable for women to own sex toys, but men, we're disgusting if we have one.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
know
a
what I mean? The
stipulation.
stigma, social stigma.
Yeah,
That's what I was trying to think of. What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, it's like, okay, I can't walk up to some lady with a kid and start talking like, oh, what's your favorite color? Blah, blah, blah. What kind of animals do you like? Nah, I look like a fucking pedophile.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
if, like a lady did that to some kid, it's fine.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, some lady walks up to a kid. Oh my God, he's so cute. Look at those chubby cheeks. Blah blah. He's
Starts
gonna be
touching him and
handsome
shit.
when he grows
Yeah.
up. That
Mhm.
kind of creepy shit. But if I were to walk up to a lady and I'd be like, oh hey, you got a really cute daughter, whatever. I'm sure she's gonna be a looker when she's older. They'd be like, what the fuck, you nasty creep. You
Yep.
know what I mean? It's like, you know.
People looked at me weird when I used to go out to the grocery store and I'd have Olivia strapped to my chest or something.
Hmm.
Whenever I'd go out in public, people would think that was really fucking weird that I'm the dad doing that.
That you
Yeah.
be a father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you're being a fucking good father. Like, fuck you guys.
I'm gonna ask something. How do we get from social stigma of owning sex toys to the social stigma of men being creepy?
Because sex leads to the children.
Yeah.
And men are
Okay.
pretty creepy sometimes.
Men are creepy. I'm not gonna say that there's not creepy guys out there that are trying to scam on kids
Yeah,
and
but there's
stuff.
the fucking creepy girls too, man. Like a bunch of
Yeah.
perverts.
Well, I, you know, I don't think that. Whatever. Anyways, my whole point was, it's shitty that a guy can't just like my neighbor kid. He came over when we first moved in when I was out in the garage and was like,
Pedophile.
hey, if my bike chain comes off, will you help me put it on? And I mean, I'm just trying to help the kid stay outside, so he can
Right.
ride his bike.
It's a
Yeah,
fucking kid,
but
dude. It's a kid. Yeah, it's a kid, man.
I was nervous because he came over to my house and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Oh, sorry,
Yeah, but
my
then
dog's. But
it
I
depends on how
felt
you.
bad, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, you need to go ask your mom to make sure it's okay first." And like I didn't want to like anybody to drive by and see the kid in my garage and me doing, because then I'm like, "Oh, why is he doing that? That's not his kid." Why is he trying to be nice to that kid? He's got something else going on, and I don't want, it's like,
And so I guess it's a little bit more acceptable if you're like an old, like peckerhead kind of guy, like an old man.
mhm.
Oh, goddamn kids, like teaching them how I used to do back in the day. This is
I
where you
don't
put your
know,
cock in
'cause
your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that
That's
either.
still weird, huh?
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's like I wanted to just be nice to the kid and like fix his bike because I think it's a good thing that he likes to ride down the street to this other little neighbor kid's house and they ride their bikes up and down the street, play football, whatever. I think that's good. That's cool as shit because kids don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Just
They
do it
don't
out
do
in the
that
open
anymore.
and like you just outside your garage or in your garage with the garage open. You
Yeah,
can't
no.
come in, kid. But it's
Well, no. Even then, like it wasn't like I just felt like
yeah. That's
weird.
fucked up. You felt weird doing
Like
it.
it wasn't even like I wanted to like I'm not into kids. I'm not saying that. It was like a weird like I just don't want anybody to get the wrong idea that I'm trying to like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's a
Yeah, but
pervert because he's
if you're
trying.
a
What?
girl, it'd have been fine. Like, oh, you can come inside and have some cookies.
Yeah,
Then you go in.
yeah,
And that's it.
yeah. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
for a dude, it's I'm just trying to help the little kid out because he doesn't exactly have a dad over there. It's just it's a roulette of men in that house. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I've seen.
If you saw a kid like starving or some shit, like, hey, come on in, have something to eat, shit like that, and that'd be weird.
Yeah, it's just there's a social stigma with that as far as um like
And
just
once somebody accuses you of that shit, then it's like it's over, dude.
Yeah.
They're not gonna believe you.
or
He doesn't know. He's just a boy.
yeah, or like even when you're just I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen. Like when you're nice to a woman in public, like just trying to be nice, not hitting on her, nothing, just
Yeah.
trying to be nice, and she look at you and be like, "Oh, I already have a boyfriend." And I'm like, "Bitch, I'm just being nice. I ain't trying to hit on you. I got a girlfriend." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so I was raised. You always hold the door open for the person.
Mhm.
If you're leaving a store, a restaurant, whatever, you hold the door open for the next person. It's just
Depending on
courtesy.
how far they are.
Yeah, because then you just feel weird, like, and they feel like, oh, I gotta jog to it. Well, no,
Oh,
none
I
of that
fuck
shit.
with people when they're pretty. And I'm holding them. I'm like, come on, get your ass inside. They start laughing. I laugh. We have a good time, and then we.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But
And they're like, who that fucking asshole?
yeah, right. No, but like I've had it before where like I'll open the door for somebody and they'll look at me and they'll be like, not interested. I'm like, fuck, I'm just hoping the door open for you. You
Damn,
fuck
you've done
yourself.
that? Was rude. The fuck.
Yeah, like literally, I've had a woman like I've opened the door for her, and I have a boyfriend, and I was like, I'm not trying to be your boy. I'm just trying to hold the door open for you to be
Yeah.
nice.
Life's weird if you're not an essential employee. That's crazy. You peasants.
I was an essential employee up until this week, so
Ah, the turns have tabled.
the turns have tabled. So Warzone. I know you've been playing it, Jaro, but have you downloaded it and played it yet, Cody?
I have not.
Well, it's a free game, and I only downloaded it because Jaro said he wanted to play, and then he's never played.
Yeah, your ass is on work, you fuckers.
Huh?
Yeah, you're always on when I'm at work.
I'm on like
Going to
well,
work.
I've been playing it a lot. Just text me when you get home. I have nothing better to do than to play games.
I might be coming home early because I only have a couple services today, so I should be home maybe 10 o'clock, 10 my time at least.
Okay,
We
well
can
just
get you out of there earlier. We'll just call your place of employment and tell them you tested COVID positive.
Oh, you're a dick. Do it.
now you have to show a doctor's note because if you say some shit like that and you put yourself on lockdown and you didn't test positive, it's like a big deal.
So I kind of feel like when I was talking to my cousins, we have this like group chat or whatever, and there was I was like, yeah, I'm still working. Kind of sucks. I want to have time off, right? I'm like, yeah, everybody wants to have time for work, but then my cousins, she didn't have work. She's like, oh, it must be have work, and I was like, oh, dick saying that. Like, I want to get off, but I'm working.
Yeah,
And it kind of people are losing their jobs and shit. I feel like a dick. The time you want not to work, but I mean, you're not getting money. It just goes many ways.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Like I feel bad for all these people that are getting like furloughed and you
A
know
lot
what
of
I
people
mean.
getting laid off, dude. Shit sucks.
Yeah, like one of my friends, he called me and he was like, "Yeah, I'm permanently, they laid me off because of this thing. So I don't know if I'm gonna have a job, and then nobody's hiring because my industry's kind of suffering right now." And I was like,
go and hiring. People get it while it's getting.
"What? Where at? Amazon and where?"
Costco and
Costco.
Amazon.
Yeah,
they're hiring, dude. Costco and I know Costco starting at like $19, and then Amazon, I believe the same, maybe more or less. I'm not sure, but
I wonder if I think 18. They're starting at Amazon around here.
Yeah. So, you think that they're sending people out to get tested before because you get drug tested, might as well send that shit out to get COVID-19 tested at the same time.
Hey, when you take those surveys or whatever you fill out questionnaires, have you ever had jaundice or some shit like that? Yeah, the same thing. Have you ever had COVID?
Right. They just take the one that they just go to the TSA and the one that they've been handing to people coming into the country. They just staple it to the back of their application. I need you to fill this out while you're at it. I didn't just travel from another country. Just ignore that part. Just fill out the rest.
Yeah.
But no, I feel bad for the people that aren't as fortunate and can't work from home, so they're struggling to either get hours or they're struggling to be out and actually or just plain out lost their jobs. I mean,
people that weren't smart enough to have fucking savings.
A savings.
If you live like you're living paycheck to paycheck, this is hitting hard. Like you're fucked.
Oh yeah. And the worst thing I think is that everybody's so like worried about themselves that nobody's really coming up with an idea. Yeah, they passed that relief fund last night, but I mean it'll be a while before.
Yeah, it's not gonna
I saw a meme where it says instead of giving us $1,000, that everybody's credit score to 100, we can start fresh. It's like hell yeah.
People, well, yeah, but then if they do that right now, everybody that fucking defaulted on their shit tomorrow is gonna be fucked.
Shit, huh?
Yeah.
Rent's a couple days.
But see here, so I agree with the stimulus package as far as giving people like just a check, but I'm also worried about it because what they're gonna do is what you have to understand about the government is it's not free money.
Yeah.
It's literally your tax dollars.
Yeah.
So what's gonna end up happening is they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, we'll give you $1,000 today," but then at the end of the year they're gonna be like, "Oh hey, so we spent this much money. We're gonna have to get that money back, and it's gonna come out of your pocket. So let's, So you might get it. You're basically taking like a loan out on yourself.
That's what it is, yeah.
So it's the way that I'm looking at it is it's like, okay, it's probably going to go onto my income tax either this year or the next year, right? Because they're going to have to raise taxes at some point to cover it. So it's like I'm just taking out of my income taxes then. You know what I mean? Like, so if you do get a return at the end of the year, you're going to get probably less. I mean, it's not going to be a 1-for-1 because it's all basically going into a big pool. But essentially, that's what's going to end up happening is that you're not just getting free money. You're basically getting like a loan from the government that you don't technically have to pay back 1-to-1. People that are on really low income aren't going to end up paying it back. So for them, it's just going to be like, oh yeah. But for people that make a little bit more money, they're probably going to get hit on their taxes because they're in that higher tax bracket.
Yep, that sucks.
So I mean, I get it now that they're gonna stimulate the economy with it, but
Mm.
I think at the end of the day, it's just gonna end up fucking everybody.
Yeah, I don't think it's
But
going to do as much good as they think it's going to.
what I think what will help is all the people that are unemployed. It's gonna at least give them a little bit of extra time to
Mm.
figure out either get a new job or figure out. So
Oh yeah, what's
that's
up with
why
that
I'm
new
kind of
unemployment shit? It's like $600 people are gonna get for unemployment
no the six
or
hundred dollar they increased it by $600. So whatever your
oh,
benefit was,
uh-huh.
like if you were receiving the max benefit, right? You can get up to $600 more. But see,
Okay.
I'm not 100% on this, but the way that I understand the way unemployment works is when you're working, you pay into it, right? You're basically like a savings account, kind of with your taxes. But then when you lose your job, let's say you've worked for 10 years and you lose your job, you apply for unemployment, you have like 10 years of work history banked and you can get it for longer than somebody that I've only been working for a year, I need unemployment now. They can only get it for like a month, maybe two,
Yeah,
whereas
because
that
that's
guy
all
that's
we
been
got pretty
working
much
for
saved
10
up.
can get 6, 7, or 8 months because he hasn't withdrawn from it.
Mhm.
So even unemployment is a temporary solution. So
Right.
I think even with the increase, it's just going to shorten the amount of time that they can actually receive unemployment.
Yeah.
I don't think people are going to be, oh yeah, I'm just going to get a fatter check now. I think it's going to end up short because there's only a finite amount of money. The government can't print more money because then we're just going to end up,
It'll
The value of the
completely
dollar go
devalue
down.
our
devalue our
money.
dollar, right? So there has
Yeah.
to only be a finite amount of money in the world or of our currency in the world. So I mean, the money has to come from somewhere. It's not oh, we're just gonna give you all this money.
Right.
So I don't understand how. I just don't understand how we're gonna end up getting out of this billions and trillions of dollars that are being spent to get over this corona thing. And I'm not mad that they're spending the money because I think that in the immediate one of the immediate solutions is to spend that money. But what
Right.
sucks about it is that it's eventually it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. It's like taking a payday loan. Yeah, right now it's going to help you,
Mm-hmm.
but in a month, man, it's going to come back and it's going to bite you in the ass hard. You know what I mean? Especially
Yep.
if you don't have the money to pay it back. That's just my opinion. But
So what? I guess I could read the headlines on this. What is it? Do you have to apply for it, or they just?
I to be honest with you, I haven't seen much actual information on it. I've
Yeah.
seen like little bits and pieces, but I
You
haven't
gotta
seen
fill a
the
form out or
full.
some shit. You gotta go somewhere and fill it out. I think that's what it is.
You have to go and fill it out and qualify for it.
Or some stupid shit like that. That's what I heard.
See, the problem with that is it's that government agencies are already running thin. I mean, the government always runs super lean,
Yeah.
anyways.
It's gonna take fucking
So
6 months to get
now,
in shit.
yeah, it's gonna be, you know, oh, so we're working on your application, sir. I'm sorry. Well, that doesn't fucking pay my bills today. You know what I mean?
Right.
For the people that need it, like, I mean, I'm blessed, not blessed, but I'm thankful enough to be like
Working.
gainfully employed right now. My girlfriend, we have enough money in our savings that even if we both lost our jobs, we could pay our bills for a couple of months.
Yeah.
But it's still like, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna run out. Like, if you have to apply for it, I'm not gonna run out and try to, get my share,
Yeah.
unless I absolutely need it. And I think if they do it like an application service, it's just gonna end up, there's people that are like, oh, thank God, we're gonna get a little bit of relief. What? It's gonna take 3 to 4 weeks to process. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna have to go in because it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna walk in and submit my application right away, or I'm gonna go on the internet and submit it. They're gonna be like, oh, you got to go to this location, and then oh, you got to be 6 feet apart. You have to
Yeah.
schedule a time or whatever. You're gonna have to schedule a time to go, and it's gonna be like maybe 10 people max per 30-minute, 45-minute block, whatever they do. So they're only gonna be able to see a finite amount of people per day.
Yep.
So it could be 2-3 weeks before you even get to apply if you have to do or submit whatever paperwork they need, because if you have to apply, more than likely you're gonna have to meet the qualifications, which means that you're gonna have to be making under a certain amount of money. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
have certain things to meet, and you're gonna have to prove it one way or the other. So
Yep.
I think if they make it an application process, it's gonna be way harder than it needs to be. It's just
It's gonna
gonna
be
end up
so
not doing
much
shit.
so many little caveats to get that money.
Hmm. Yes, sir. Oh, you didn't fill out section 4B dash 34 whatever correctly. You forgot to put a little period right here at on this sentence, so we
You're gonna have
can't.
to redo the whole application, start it over. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You
So.
forgot to
All right.
dot your I. We thought it was an L and it didn't make sense, so we denied your application.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, riddle me this then. What if the electric companies and like rental whatever just didn't charge anybody for like a month or two? They'll kind of just because the whole crisis is going on. That would help a lot. It's like like the billing services and shit like that just stop for a month. That would help people kind of get through this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that company they have themselves and they're gonna lose money.
Yeah.
Mankind. It's kind of like why would I want to help mankind? Bitch.
Well, so what I was hearing about like the medical companies that are trying to come up with a cure, what's happening with them is that whenever something like this happens, a pandemic like SARS or swine flu or anything, right?
Mhm.
They're making their money, right? Like let's say it's Pfizer who makes Viagra, right? They're pumping out Viagra, they're working on new kinds of drugs, whatever. All of a sudden this pandemic hits and they're like, "Oh, we need to switch over to this." So they allocate all of these resources to coming up with
For
this
this.
cure or whatever,
Yeah.
right? This vaccine, and then what essentially happens is that they're working on it, they're working on it, they're working on it, they're working on it, and then it kind of passes, like as these things do. Like it gets really bad, and then it kind of like our
It
immune systems
plateaus.
kind of it plateaus, and then
Yeah.
our
Get
medical
an
industry
update.
kind of okay, we're gonna get you through this kind of thing, not necessarily curing it, but at least getting it down to a manageable level. And then they've invested all this money and time into it, switching over from whatever they were making to make money to go to this. I'm not saying that they, oh, poor them, they stop making money, but they switch over to this, and it's not a short process. It's a multi-year process to come up with
Yeah.
one of these things, because even once they develop it, they have to test it to make sure it's not gonna. Oh shit, that's gonna turn us all into zombies. Maybe we shouldn't have given that
Do
to
it.
Yeah.
10 million people. So they have to test it, and they have to test it again and test it again, which
Mhm.
takes time. So it's 2 years out, a year and a half out, 2 years, maybe longer, to finally get it to where it's market ready. But by then it's already passed, so they're like, well, shit, now what do we do? Oh, well, we'll
Yeah.
save it in case this outbreak happens again. And then by
Right.
then it's already been managed to a certain point, or oh, we have a vaccine for it now. Everybody gets the vaccine, boom, done, we're good. And it's like I understand where they're coming from. It's hard for them to just switch like that, but at the same time,
It's like what you got to
you
do.
you kind of have a ethical responsibility to the public to do these things.
Yeah.
You make, especially in our country, you make billions and trillions of dollars off of us by overcharging diabetes, people with diabetes to get their insulin, or
I need it and shit.
yeah, people like life-saving drugs, they overcharge like a motherfucker.
Yep.
Well, you should have that backstock to be able to switch over and try to come out with something to help everybody.
Right.
I'd be a little bit more sympathetic if they had an ethical backbone throughout the entire year instead of just at this one time.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we're gonna price our life-saving drugs at a reasonable, like, a reasonable amount to where they're enough to keep them running and to make a little bit of money to fund their, let's say, recreational drugs like Viagra, things you absolutely
Shit like
don't
that. Yeah.
need to live.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like those drugs, fine. That I would be a little bit more okay with them being like, well, it's hard for us to do this. I yet have a little more sympathy. These guys, the way that they charge, it's ridiculous. So I don't think that, well, I'm not saying fuck them, but they have an ethical responsibility to the people that they fuck over on a daily basis to kind of be like, we need to figure this out. Just me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
Well, that's pretty much to a D.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I feel bad for them in any way, because I really don't. I mean, my grandma has insulin. My grandma's insulin dependent diabetic. That shit ain't cheap, dude. And she's on a
No.
fixed income, living off of Social Security. I think my grandpa and her live off of like $2,500 a month. Like really. I mean, they have like
Damn.
no money coming in. They're both retired. They're One was born in 1929, and
Jesus.
I think my grandpa was born in like 1932 or something like that, or vice versa.
Yeah.
I mean, they're they're up there. They can't just up and get a job somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, my grandma can barely walk. She walks with a walker, and so that's just it's hard to see somebody like that where she has to budget out $500 a month to pay for
Yeah.
her insulin. I have no sympathy for pharmaceutical companies that are crying and bitching right now that, oh, we have to allocate millions of dollars to this research and it's not even going to be ready for about, and it's like, well, you know that's the business you chose.
Right.
Like truck drivers right now, they're busting their ass. And what I feel bad for
Busting
them
ass.
what I feel bad for them is, right, not so much that they work in a lot, because I feel like when you're in an industry that is dependent, and helps do things in times of crisis, like
Yep.
police officers, firefighters, nurses, doctors, when you go into that field, you always have that thing in the back of your mind, like, this might happen and I have to work. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You don't have
Yeah.
that luxury anymore of being like, well, fuck everybody, I'm gonna stay home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're gonna negatively affect somebody else's life. So I feel like the truck drivers, they kind of should have expected that whenever the country starts going through shortages, they need to step up and do their job.
Yeah.
But what I do feel bad for them is a lot of people don't realize this because they don't either know people or been in the trucking industry. But like my
Yeah.
dad was a truck driver for years. When you go out on the road, there's a lot of places that are like no truck drivers allowed, no big
Mm-hmm.
trucks, things like that. So
Yep.
like even just to go out and eat at restaurants, most
Mhm.
restaurants you can't just drive in there with your fucking, big
Big
truck
rig.
and just park in the parking lot and be like, "Oh, I'm going to go have me a nice meal at, whatever restaurant in this town." Or you can't even go down some highways in some places, you know what I mean? So they're
Yep.
limited to truck stop food, uh Wendy's, McDonald's, all that really crappy food. And right now with the shutdown, right? You can't exactly drive one of them
Yeah.
trucks through a drive-through, and you can't go into this. You can't go into the store to order. So they're like, I'm stuck with the gas station burritos, or you know
Right.
what? And I mean, they can go to grocery stores, but some of these guys, they live on their truck. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of grocery stores you can't roll in there on your big rig unless you're
Yeah.
delivering to that grocery store. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you cannot park in their parking lot and go in and grocery shop.
Mhm.
So, I mean, if you can't go to the grocery stores with your truck and you can't go through drive-throughs and you can't go inside,
What the fuck? Yeah.
exactly. So that's where I feel like our 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 us as a society need to step up and help them.
Mhm.
Like the people that can. I mean,
Yeah.
like me, I don't have a restaurant. I mean, what am I gonna go do? Make a bunch of tacos and go down to the Flying J and hand them out and be like, yo, who needs food? But I
Yeah,
mean,
Right.
sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like I saw an ad where there was a certain Sonics where they were kind of creating a trucker friendly environment where they could drive through their parking lot and they would come and they would be like, hey, they had a little stepway. They'd
Mhm.
get up, they'd go up, take your order, right, and then they'd bring it out to you. They had like a limited menu, so that way they could pump them out faster. Here you go, you're on your way, and then the next truck could come through and kind of, you know what I mean, while also helping people.
And a lot
And
of cities are starting to have like police services will go do that, where
Mhm.
they'll go out and if it's almost like an Uber Eats kind of deal, but there's no charge for it. The police officers will take the calls from the truckers,
Mm.
go out, get food, and bring it back to them.
And protect and serve, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
go through
Well,
the parking lots at the truck stops. I've heard different things based on it, but I know I read yesterday that there was a couple of restaurants, McDonald's I think was one of them, that's creating an app for truck stops or for truckers and truck stops.
oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
I think they're starting to adapt to it, but yeah, I don't think they've done. There's a lot of places that haven't done a good enough job.
Yeah.
You know, to everything's in demand right now. Everything.
Hmm. Well,
And we
speaking of,
gotta keep it stocked. And I don't feel
yes,
like there's enough. Yeah, I agree. There's not enough people doing things to help out.
yeah. And I think
community.
too. I think too that people are starting to realize who actually
Hmm.
affects people's day-to-day lives.
Right.
If the trucks weren't there, those shortages would be way realer than they are. I mean, they
Yeah.
would be, if truck drivers were like, "Oh, we need to stay home," I'm staying home. I mean,
Yep.
you wouldn't have anything on the store shelves. You know, all those pictures of stores being closed down and having nothing.
Yep.
Way worse.
Be like
And
North
then
Korea up in this bitch. People be eating
yeah,
grass.
you know, people would be like, "Oh, I got 5 pounds of rice because I hoarded this shit."
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're having rice for the next 6 months. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
But people in their day to day lives don't realize that. They just see these trucks on the road and they're like, "Get the fuck out of my way!" Blah blah blah
Yep.
blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or like even you know, people don't realize like the other jobs that people are doing, like nurses and doctors. Obviously, you know,
Yeah.
pandemic, but then also, you know, what about the guy that just comes in and changes the sheets after every
Right.
patient,
Right.
or the guy that's sanitizing the hallways as they roll down that COVID-19 patient to go to, you know, because he needs a, you know, some kind of upper respiratory test or whatever. Well, they got to roll him through. Well, guess who's over there? That janitor that you made fun of in high school because, oh, he's just a janitor or whatever, and now he's sanitizing that hallway, making sure other people don't get sick.
They're
Mm-hmm.
probably
Or
making more money than you.
No shit.
you'd be surprised. You know, a lot of people are surprised by how much just trades people in general make. You know, like I had an ex
That blue
girlfriend.
collar life, dude.
Huh?
The blue collar life.
Yeah. I mean, I had an ex girlfriend who was a scientist. You know, she was a chemist for some lab here in Dallas, right? And I was just a mechanic. Well, one we were just talking one day, and I think I was bitching about like I was short on my paycheck or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I told her how much money I made, and she was like baffled, and she was like, "I have a master's degree in chemistry and blah blah, and you make more money than me." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
Suck, kiddo.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, you know, I'm not saying that
We are
I'm,
car doctors.
you know, I'm not saying that I'm like super intelligent or blah blah, or don't go out and get those degrees, but I'm just saying, you know, don't be shocked when you find out that that electrician that you paid to fix your house is making 2-3 times what you're making because he hustles and he you know, he knows what he's doing, or that mechanic that you, oh, you know, I'm too good to change my own oil. That mechanic that also charged you, you know, all this money to fix this and that on your car because, oh, that's dirty work. I don't want to do that. And he's
God hates
making, you
monkeys.
know, crazy money. I mean, you know, you can't really blame him. Or
Uh,
even just like so for people that don't know, I worked for the city of Dallas for like the last 2 years as a civil servant, and I saw what some of them guys make that are out there cleaning out, you know, like sewage lines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're walking through shit water every day, but them guys are making some good money. I mean, some of those guys are making,
That's a shitty job.
that is a shitty job, you know. Um, but
yeah, people.
back to like people being essentials or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, you know, you gotta think about PD, fire and rescue, and civil servants. So like,
Yeah.
before I left my job, I was still working there last week, with the city, and they was like not a question whether or not we'd be coming to work. It was a we would fix all the police vehicles and things like that, the dump trucks, the water trucks, um, all of that stuff, the aviation vehicles that are at Love Field, all of that stuff we had to repair. So the garbage trucks, because the garbage trucks can't stop running.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a question of like, hey, are we gonna be open next week? It was like, no, you guys are gonna be working overtime next week because you guys have to start
Yeah,
working
it's like, what's my schedule and
12
shit?
hour shifts to keep up with everything, or you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, we need to keep this city running. You guys need to work. So
Oh, I saw something where it said, I don't know if it's Dallas or not, but they said responding to small crimes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
oh, that they're not responding to small crimes.
Yeah, small petty crimes. They're not gonna respond to that.
I mean, I understand that because at least here, the police force is understaffed. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
big time. They're understaffed. So I'm sure that they're getting way more calls nowadays. Like, I'm sure that they have that nosy neighbor that's like, my neighbor's outside mowing his lawn and he's touching his kid. He's gonna get infected. He's gonna infect the whole country. Blah blah blah. So I'm sure that they're probably like, yo,
That's probably how
okay,
it
lady.
started and shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Hell yeah! So you can rob someone, you can make fake
I don't
money
think
and use
I don't
it.
think robbing is a petty crime. Just saying.
No, they said like
Yeah.
robberies, money
Really?
fraud. They're not gonna respond to shit like that.
Well,
Forfeiting currency, really? Or not
Yeah.
forfeiting, counterfeiting currency.
Uh-huh. Have a whole army on your lawn. Hey, they don't give a shit anymore.
Get your money here. Get your money.
No.
hey, I wonder
Too
if
fun.
I wonder if code compliance is out doing their thing.
Yeah.
Because So I have a problem with code compliance in the city I live in, not Dallas, in the city I live in, and he's always up my ass about, oh, your car this and your car that and da 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 da, and I'm like, okay, motherfucker, you know.
Yep.
If he comes up to me and he's like, you need to move this, I'm gonna be like, see how
I
fast
couldn't
he
hear you
runs.
over all the coughing I'm doing.
Oh man, but anyways, my whole point of that long ass rant was, after this whole thing is over, don't forget the people that were out there actually doing something for you and your family to keep them safe. Truck drivers, firefighters, police officers, civil servants, mechanics, because dealerships are still open.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're an essential. Having your vehicle repaired to go to work is an essential thing. So there's still auto mechanics out there that are on commission who aren't making any money right now, going into work to fix your vehicles just in case you break down. And they're not making any money, but they're not with their family, and they're out there. So next time you go out there and you bitch about a mechanic overcharging you for this or that, or I'm talking about the honest mechanics, not these crooked motherfuckers that tell you need a transmission when all you went in for was an oil change. I'm talking about guys that are telling you need brakes because you actually need brakes.
You hear that noise? That's you need brakes, buddy.
Yeah. You hear that grinding noise? You know how your pedal moves every time you touch it, and it sounds like you're killing a cat? Yeah, it's because you need brakes.
Yeah.
But, you have no pads left, sir.
Yeah. Instead of yelling at him, maybe why don't you ask him and to show you and be thankful that maybe he's trying to save your family's life.
Oh, shit. Always tip. God damn it, people. You cheap bastards.
I never liked getting tips as a mechanic.
Yeah.
I was like, I always felt awkward. I always felt awkward.
To me, bitch.
Oh, like in restaurants? Oh yeah, delivery drivers right now.
The shit like that, yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, I left a tip for our mailman the other day because he's out there working.
Mm-hmm.
I was home, so I opened my little peephole. I have a window that opens up, and I was like, thank you, sir. And he goes, I didn't want to go out there, but I was like, thank you, sir. You have a nice day. And he goes, hey, you have some Netflix stuff in your mailbox. I was like, okay, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. So just be nice to people.
Yeah.
I saw a thing somebody was doing. They took a bunch of extra toilet paper and hand sanitizer that they had, and they put it on their porch, and they said, delivery drivers, if you need it, you're welcome to it. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah.
That's tight, dude.
Yeah, I was like, it's the little things that make a difference. Just be nice
it's
to
just
people.
like when you do the hall, you're seeing people like, oh, take a piece of candy. You'll have those assholes of everything.
Will you repeat that? Because you were cutting in and out.
Oh, Efren is a fucking loser. I'm just kidding. I love you.
Well, I mean.
But you know, like on Halloween, where people have those buckets of candies, are like,
yeah,
take one, blah blah. Then the people take one. There's always those assholes that'll take the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. See,
no matter what, there's always assholes.
I've thought about doing that because I have a camera, and that way I could just watch it and be like, take one, motherfucker. I could see you eyeballing that whole thing. I mean, I could understand like taking one or two, but yeah. What I hate is when it's adults that come to the door and they're like, "Can I have more candy?" And you're like, "Bitch, I bought this for kids, not for your fucking ugly ass."
Go fucking buy your own ass.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could talk about Halloween another day because I
That's another subject, dude. That's
subject.
Why are we talking about Halloween, for Christ's sakes?
It's not even gonna happen this year. Ooh.
Ooh. You know what I was thinking of? So my sister is class of 2020, right? You kind of got to feel bad for these kids because this is their senior year in high school, and it got cut short. Which most people are like, "Fuck yeah," I don't got to go to school for whatever. But then you're like,
my last year.
Yeah, for some high school kids, this might be the last time that they hang out with their friends ever, and then their graduations are canceled. Maybe their senior
I saw a thing
trips.
where it was like everybody was like over online graduating, and some person had like a little thing was moving across the screen.
You got to repeat
like,
all that.
Graduate. Oh, never mind. This is stupid.
All I saw was this.
I'll send it to you guys. I'll send you the TikTok about it.
Okay. But I didn't even think about the class of 2020 until my sister posted something, and I was like, oh yeah, that's true. It's kind of shitty for them because this is their last year. After this, they go off to college, and it's not like they can be like, oh y'all, let's all get together and hang out or whatever because they can't. Nope. Yeah. It's just a, but yeah.
And if they don't text you back right away, they don't want to talk to you. Everybody's in quarantine.
This COVID, no shit. I didn't even think about that. If you're messaging somebody and they don't text you back right away, that's worse than leaving you on scene.
Mhm.
You know, shit. 'Cause,
'Cause you
bitch, I know
that
what
they
you're
got
doing.
nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Unless they're an essential employee.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome, everybody.
Okay, we got to get them cement mixers on the road, right?
I did construction going. I'm like, God, fuck, dude. Just want to stay home. I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
Every time it's away to get shit done.
What?
What?
I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I had a whole speech. I've been waiting to say that for like 9 years now. See, I told you my internet sucks here, dude. Fine.
It's all right. It's all the people it's all the people with sucking up that interwebs.
I
That's
know.
all it
Let
is.
the essential employees have the internet. Guys, sucking up all that internet.
But the essential employees aren't using that much internet.
Yeah, let me enjoy it while I can before I go to work and almost die.
Anyways,
It's not that big of a deal. Just kidding.
it's all cool. So why don't we end it there, guys, on our long ass rant about COVID-19 again and being stir crazy instead of video games.
It's getting the views. God damn it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to talk about video games next week because there was a lot I wanted to talk about, and we got fucking sidetracked again. But anyways, so we'll talk to everybody later. Stay safe. Stay 6 feet apart from everybody. Use hand sanitizer. Stay clean. And for those of you that we talked about today that are essential employees, thank you. We'll see y'all later.